Late night cravings are not happening because you suddenly lose discipline at night. They happen because your body has been building toward that moment all day. And by the time night comes, the system is already out of balance. That's why it feels so hard to control. During the day, things usually feel manageable. You're busy. You're distracted. You're following your routine. Maybe you even feel in control of your food choices. But then night comes. Everything slows down. You sit down, relax, and suddenly the urge to eat shows up. Not just mild hunger but specific cravings. Something sweet. Something salty. Something quick. And even when you try to resist, it feels different than during the day. Stronger. More persistent. Harder to ignore. That's the pattern many people experience. And it's not random. To understand why this happens, you need to look at how your body manages energy across the entire day. Because late night cravings are usually not caused by what happens at night. They're the result of what happens earlier. Throughout the day, your body is constantly balancing energy. Every time you eat, move, or go long periods without food, your system adjusts. If that balance is stable, energy remains consistent. Hunger signals stay predictable. And cravings are minimal. But if that balance becomes unstable, the body starts compensating. And those compensations often show up later in the day. One common factor is inconsistent eating patterns. If you skip meals, delay eating, or undereat during the day, your body doesn't just ignore that. It adapts. First, you may not feel hungry. But internally, energy availability is dropping. And when that drop reaches a certain point, your body pushes back. Usually in the evening. That's when cravings intensify. Not because you suddenly want food, but because your body is trying to recover from an earlier deficit. Another factor is how your body handles blood sugar. If your meals create sharp spikes and drops in energy, your system becomes unstable. You might feel full for a short time, then experience a sudden dip. That dip triggers a need for quick energy. And if this pattern repeats throughout the day, the cumulative effect shows up at night. Your body is essentially trying to stabilize itself. And it does that by increasing cravings. There's also the role of mental fatigue. During the day, your brain is constantly making decisions. Work, responsibilities, problem solving. All of that uses cognitive energy. By the time evening arrives, that mental energy is lower. And with it, your ability to regulate behavior becomes weaker. That's not a failure of discipline. It's a reduction in available resources. So when a craving appears at night, you're not dealing with it at full capacity. You're already depleted. That makes the urge feel stronger than it actually is. At the same time, your environment changes. You're more relaxed, less distracted. Food is more accessible. And there's often a habit layer built into that time of day. Maybe you usually snack while watching something, or associate evening with reward and relaxation. That reinforces the pattern. But even that habit is often built on a biological foundation. Because the behavior didn't start randomly. It started because your body needed something. Over time, that need became routine. Another important factor is metabolic responsiveness. If your body is not efficiently using energy during the day, it relies more on incoming fuel. That means when you're not eating, it struggles to maintain stable energy. And when stability drops, cravings increase, especially later in the day. This is also connected to thermogenesis. When your body efficiently converts calories into usable energy, it maintains a steady internal balance. But when that process is less active, energy becomes uneven. And uneven energy leads to stronger signals. Late night cravings become one of those signals. This is why simply avoiding snacks at night often doesn't work. Because you're trying to suppress the result without addressing the cause. And the cause is usually structural. It's about how energy is managed across the day. Not just what happens in the evening. The key insight is this. Late night cravings are not just about nighttime behavior. They are the result of daytime imbalance. Once you understand that, the approach changes. Instead of focusing only on what you do at night, you start looking earlier. How consistent is your energy intake? How stable are your meals? Are there long gaps without fuel? Are there repeated spikes and crashes? Are you relying on quick fixes during the day? All of these factors influence what happens later. When the system is more stable during the day, Nights become easier. Cravings don't disappear completely, but they lose intensity. They become signals you can notice without needing to react immediately. And that creates space. Space to choose differently, not through force but through reduced pressure. That's the difference between control and stability. Control requires constant effort. Stability reduces the need for control. And that's a more sustainable way to handle cravings, because it works with your body instead of against it. If you want to understand how to apply this in a more structured way, there's a breakdown in the description that connects daily patterns to nighttime cravings and helps you identify what might be driving yours. And if you want more content that explains the structure behind habits, metabolism, and energy balance, consider subscribing.